Coverage of an officer-involved shooting in Virginia Beach. Police say 39-year-old Shawntrina Fountain stabbed an employee at the Navy Federal Credit Union on Providence Road on Friday. 13 News Now reporter Evan Watson is live outside the credit union. Evan, what's the latest?
We're learning today that Fountain is still in the hospital even 3 days after the events on Friday, even though police say her injuries are not life-threatening. And then also today, this credit union is back open for business. A spokesperson for the Navy Federal Credit Union tells me that the employees here have, quote, the support services, and they are encouraged to participate and have access to those support services if they need to after Friday's stabbing. And then when it comes to the events of Friday, here's what led up to the officer-involved shooting. Police say Fountain stabbed an employee at the credit union and then drove away in her car. She was stopped by officers about 1.5 miles away on Baxter Road. Police say an officer used a taser, but it was, quote, ineffective. Fountain got out of her car and lunged at an officer with a weapon. An officer responded by firing a gun at Fountain, but we still don't know if Fountain was shot. 3 days later, she is still in the hospital. Once Fountain is released from the hospital, she will be turned over to the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office. The employee who was stabbed here at the credit union was also taken to the hospital. I walked in and asked the manager how that employee is doing, but he said he has no comment at this time other than that they're just back open for business. And then also I did notice there are multiple security cameras inside the credit union as well. Will be interesting to see if those play a role in this ongoing investigation. And we're learning today as well more about Fountain's criminal history and her charges here in Virginia Beach. She has no charges of a violent nature here in Virginia Beach, but just a couple of speeding charges, a misrepresentation of her license, and also a misuse of a call of 911 are among some of the minor charges here in Virginia Beach. Not a violent past, so it will be interesting to see where the investigation goes from here. Reporting live outside of the credit union here on Providence Road in Virginia Beach, Evan Watson for 13 News Now.